Good morning and welcome to another Thicker Hair Thursday. Of course, say good morning. It could be good afternoon, good evening, wherever and when you are watching. So recently in the American Hairloss Council's publication called The Link, there was a terrific article that talked about how nutrition affects the hair and the scalp. Well, I'm very fortunate, we are very fortunate, I should say, to have the author of that article here with us today. Welcome, Stephanie Hinkle. How you doing, Steph?
How you doing, darling? It's a pleasure to see you again.
Oh, it's great to spend time together. So, Stephanie, for those who don't know, has the trifecta. She's a manufacturer, educator. She knows all about products and how they work and this, that, and the other. She is a yoga instructor. Namaste. And that's my poor effort there. I'm sorry. And then, of course, she's a registered, if I get the word out. Told you to have my tea.
Dietitian technician, yes.
Registered dietitian. Let's start there. What's a registered diet? How do you get registered to be a dietitian? What's all that about?
Registered dietitian technician is you actually have to go through different programs. So you have to go through your ASRBS, depending on what span that you tap into the program. You need to have anywhere between 400 hours, clinical hours that you're going in on site to do so. And then you have to sit down and take your exam. So you're going to be going through all of the nutrition side of things in regards to lab work, understanding how food plays into a role when you're dealing with certain demographics, diseases, high blood pressures, because even though things may be healthy, it may not be healthy for the individual you're going for. So it is anywhere between like about a 4-year process, 2 to 4 year process, depending on what program you're going into. And again, depending on the criteria you're going into to get your degree. So it's a nice, beautiful journey, a lot of hard work. But on the other side of it, it's a great opportunity to serve the community.
Congratulations. Hey, I love that line there, serving the community. And as you know, a lot of hard work. You don't get nothing for nothing, right? So anyway, right, let's get this show on the road. So in your article, you talked about this link between nutrition and wellness of scalp and hair. And in particular, you centered in on a word called keratinization and how important it is to understand that. Can we start there? What's that's a big word. What's all that about?
So keratin is like the building block of protein that we're going to be working with, and that's where everything really goes into play when we're building out our hair strand. And that's a big thing. That's a buzzword too. We say protein a lot, and that's where we want to really heighten that. And within the foods that we're working with, that characterization really is taking place within there. So with the right foods and the right protein, that's when we're going in on an internal level to go into the blood flow, working on a cellular level to get that to break down properly for the hair strand. A lot of times when we are malnourished, this is where we're dealing with the lack of, or when we have too much protein going in both two areas, inward and outward, that's when we deal with a really strong like disconnect within the hair as well as in the body.
So with that in mind, if someone, whether it's a guy or a girl, lady or a gent, are having thinning hair issues, what do they have to eat to get their keratinization going again?
A big thing is going to be is we're working from two spectrums. So we hear a lot about the big three when we're dealing with micronutrients, and that's going to be your protein, your fats, and your carbs. And then we also have our other micro, like our macro, which is our little three, but they play a huge role, and they're so underestimated in regards to how it plays a role. And that's going to be our vitamins and our minerals, as well as when we're dealing with our nutrients in that space of potassium, sodium, and magnesium. Those play an even bigger role when we say hydration, because we always hear like, make sure you drink your water, make sure you keep the hair hydrated. We hear all of those buzzwords, but water is just not enough, specifically when we're dealing with hair. We need those electrolytes, and those electrolytes are coming from the magnesium, potassium, and sodium. And we hear that a lot, and how that affects us is that when we're dealing with men as well as women, that's going to go with the dehydration. So the magnesium plays a huge role in how it breaks down on a biochemical level and how it reacts to the body on the internal level. So it helps those like health hair growth related things, because it also helps with your heart, keeping everything in alignment with that, dealing with protein synthesis. So it plays a role in how that protein bond connects as well. So when we have the micro and the macros working pair to pair together very well, you're going to get an overall healthy scalp. We're going to start diffusing a lot of the things such as over dryness in the scalp, another thing, circulation happening in the scalp, how brittle the scalp may feel, the shine. So a lot of times we go outwardly to get our products, which is a great another source to get it, but we don't realize how much of an impact it takes on inwardly when we're working with the macro and the macronutrients paired as together as one.
Awesome. Well, there you go. There's a good route map to digest the right food group and minerals. I've been locked in on moringa recently, and
Ooh.
yeah, that's a power pack right there in the
Yes,
smoothies
yes.
in the morning. But well, look, first of all, for those folks listening, watching this, of course, Stephanie and I are not doctors, so check in with your physician on anything you're
Absolutely.
taking here. But this is great advice. And again, congratulations on all your achievements in this awesome article in the Link magazine, Stephanie. We hope to hear and see more from you in the future.
Thank you.